Joining me now is author and broadcaster Rabbi Shmuley. Rabbi, some of the anti-Israel rhetoric we have seen in this last week has been absolutely appalling. There is a callousness that is disturbing, the way Israelis are dehumanized. And Rabbi, it seems that Israel is the only country that is scrutinized and criticized after its people are attacked by terrorists.
Well, look at what happened with your Green Party in Australia, Rita. They actually refused to condemn the Hamas atrocities. Now, when Vladimir Lenin took over the former, created the Soviet Union, took over the Russian Empire, he created this term, the useful idiots, the stupid, moronic, imbecilic Western intellectuals who supported him even as he instituted a reign of terror that would lead to Stalin killing 30 million Russians. The Green Party, all of these people who condemn Israel, they are useful idiots at best, and Hamas themselves are laughing at them because Hamas knows that if they gain power, what they would do, they would kill people like these Western intellectuals, women who walk around even just showing a little bit of cleavage. They would be killed. They'd get clitoridectomies. LGBTQ citizens would be castrated, hung from cranes. So even Hamas laughs at them. They are useful idiots at best, and they are anti-Semites at worst. What we're seeing is a global glut, a tsunami of anti-Semitism. It's a 2,000-year-old hatred. We hoped that it would go underground. And after the Holocaust, where the world barely spoke out against 10,000 Jews being murdered every single day. So you had 10 October 7th every single day for 4 years. The world barely said a thing. No one would even take the Jews in. It went underground a little bit because even the world was shocked by what their own hatred of the Jews led to. And now, 3 generations after the Holocaust, we're saying that the world is no longer ashamed, that they're brazen in their anti-Semitism. And I want to just tell all my friends and viewers in Australia, and Rita, thank you for having me so much. You're an amazing friend to me and the Jewish community. I'm married to an Australian woman. I love Australia. I lived in Bondi for 2 years as a teenager. Australians ought to know that Americans are watching them very closely and are shocked by what they see. We are shocked to hear that people were chanting Jews should be gassed outside of the Sydney Opera House. We are shocked that the Green Party will not condemn the beheading of children. We are shocked that they will not condemn the murder of 270 people at a music festival. Go and try to find a music festival under Hamas. Anyone that participated, of course, would be shot or imprisoned. We are shocked by what's happening in Australia, and Australians have to reclaim their democracy because remember, it starts with the Jews. We're the canary in the coal mine. It ends with everybody else. So just know what's coming. Islamists, if they're not stopped, God forbid, you are the next target.
Now, you did mention the Greens. Let's have a look at this image from our parliament yesterday. The Greens, we also had a couple of Teal MPs, Kylie Tink and Sophie Scramps, and Tasmanian MP Andrew Wilkie, refusing to support a motion to condemn Hamas. I didn't think these far leftists could get much lower, but here we are. The MPs backed an attempt by Greens leader Adam Ban to amend the bipartisan motion. They wanted to accuse Israel of war crimes and sought to erase a statement declaring Australia stands with Israel and recognises its inherent right to defend itself. Rabbi, what would you say to those who accuse Israel of committing war crimes like the Greens?
This entire war is about war crimes. It's about the war crimes of Hamas against the Israeli people and against the Palestinian people. Let's remember that Hamas was elected. First of all, when everyone says that Palestinians are blameless, would it were that were completely true? It's probably partially true. Children, of course, are blameless. But the Palestinian people in Gaza elected Hamas in 2006. Now, it is true that Hamas immediately declared a dictatorship, just like Adolf Hitler was democratically elected by the German people, but he created a dictatorship. But every time Israelis get murdered, the people all over the Gaza Strip, they dance, they sing. When 3,000 Americans were incinerated on 9/11, 2001, the people in Gaza, they danced, they sang about Americans and international citizens having to jump 101 floors to their deaths. There's never been any serious resistance to Hamas, even though Hamas is a terrorist organization. So I don't blame the people of Gaza, but to say that they're entirely blameless, they have to rise up against Hamas because Hamas has destroyed their lives. When you speak about war crimes, what do people expect Israel to do? Just let their citizens die and then they use the word retaliate. We Jews only retaliate. We're vengeful. We're not allowed to protect our citizens. This is a form of revenge. No, it's not. Israel just wants to be left in peace. They want Arabs and Jews to live together in peace. All of the carnage and destruction that we're seeing right now in these images as I'm speaking is the responsibility of Hamas. Who was responsible for the destruction of Germany in the Second World War? Who was responsible for the destruction of Japan? Was it Winston Churchill? Was he a war criminal? Was it Franklin Delano Roosevelt? Was he a war criminal? We consider those two men the greatest two statesmen of the 20th century. Hitler was responsible for the destruction of Germany. The Emperor of Japan, Hirohito, was responsible for the destruction of Japan. When you launch aggressive war and incinerate and destroy innocent lives, and then Western democracies fight just to establish civilization again, you cannot blame those democracies for being civilized and trying to uproot the barbarity in our midst.